By demonstrations, what's your racing kick going? Any questions? Let's go to work.
Shocking stoppage defeat, really, to Anthony Cacace. And what a win it was for Cacace. And look at the momentum he's had, and he wants to be a two-time champion.
About the world title, because the lightweight title was congested, did the right thing, but it was also a struggle for him making super fed, who on paper can punch hard. So it's about just being safe in the early rounds, that's all. Don't do anything silly, bit of ability, a lot of skill. You can figure a style out in 3 minutes. Have a good look.
24 first 10-rounder, but he's won his last few, only one defeat on the record. He was stopped by Hector Delares for a really tough night here.
Yeah, just need to have a look, as Barry says. He's, oh, beautiful.
Gal, that was a crisp right hand there, Sonny.
Yeah, you see the little burst of pace. Caught Gonzalez a little bit off guard there. Stay switched on about what's coming back.
Yes, yeah, certainly. Like when you got someone like a rhythm puncher like Quiroz there, who can punch really fluently. So obviously he's naturally heavy-handed. He turns. You got to just stay nice and compact.
For Quiroz, and being so much younger, fresher, the ambition there, body shots.
Springing his step, moving. He'll be trying to have a look as well. Obviously, he'll know about the quality and the past achievements. Cordina looks big. He looks solid. Certainly brought that hand speed back up to lightweight. Quick hands demonstrated.
He had a good chat with Joe in London to get back. He's been training at home, really, with Gary Lockett, brilliant former fighter and excellent, and slow down Quiroz.
Yeah, it's been a nice, easy, controlled approach here from Cordina.
Well, side to side every now and again instead of standing tall.
And a right hand there from Joe Cordina. Honey punch of his, of course. In the 9 stone 9 lightweight division. Wales against Mexico, experience against youth. The quality we know of Cordina, former Olympian, brilliant amateur. One of the best fighters. The Cacace defeat taken out of him. Sonny, do you think a long layoff as well, or did he need that?
Performance from Cacace. He did everything right, I felt, that night. And, you know, I questioned how the weight process for the Rakhimov fight. I was thoroughly impressed with just how much physical, tough, a heavy puncher, but that same resilient.
What went wrong? Yeah, what went wrong, Darren, that night?
Very, very hard. There was that little bit of controversy, if you remember, but he just didn't recover from on the front foot, starting to get in the rhythm.
It depends on how Quiroz punches, because if you build the Cordina could walk him down, as I think he can do here, because just it's better ring generalship. If he can block, then you can be a little bit braver. But if he's too heavy-handed, you don't want to be taking those shots on the gloves even. So block, do this here, walk him down.
That's a great phrase. I think that's what he is.
Now I feel like he's just leading the dance, and I think the rhythm of his feet and how often taking control back of his feet is. Oh, that was a better shot though from the Mexican, but I think up to that point in this round, controlling the range, controlling the pace of the fight.
And that's what you can't do with the Mexican. You can't just stand there in front of them, because they will fire away. So
that's what you've got to do more of, to let your shots go, be first. Oh, lovely counter shots, the right hand, left hook from Cordina, brilliant stuff.
Looks really mature, doesn't he, here? Second round, Cordina. Quiroz lively, sprightly at times, but it's the Welshman's round. Gary Lockett. Sonny, you and I were there for smash and grab in Birmingham.
Oh, he was phenomenal. Nothing but impressive, but lovely there for Joe Cordina. But yeah, just a very, very hard night against a very, very good world-level fighter in Rodriguez that night.
That was really good work to the body, changed the levels. He got the reaction from Quiroz, who dropped his hands and threw.
Cordina, brilliant work, but you can see the golfing class when he uses that stiff jab, Cordina, in and out, and that right hand, the range.
Just a bit sharper with that jab. You'll be more. You've got the experience now to be able to start implementing what you see.
And it's almost like Gonzalez is backing up, probably because the ring generalship has been so impressive of Cordina. But it's like walking onto that big left hook.
And I think Quiroz as well, he's the sort of fighter who will step back, and then jump into an attack.
Body shot.
Rhythm that way.
Yeah, body shot from Quiroz. Cordina comes back with 5, the Mexican, but it is a big step up. And Cordina just looking in control here.
Gonzalez, Quiroz throwing his hand, speed, the know-how, the ability to counter punches. You want someone letting their hands go.
You see, sort of pushing Quiroz back doing the right things and then a smaller target to aim for.
The jittery sort of reactions from, it won't be long until you really see Cordina throw off them. They're good shots though from the Mexican.
Fighting fire with fire at the end of that round. Malloy undefeated as a professional. Charlie beat, good trainer. Interesting to see the tactics of this WBO Global Title, whatever that is, on the line. It's with Jaret Quiroz here.
Into the round. I don't think it buzzed Joe at all, but I just think the fire with me, I got a chance here.
Yeah, he's definitely responding, isn't he, from that little spell he had at the end of that.
Rather than just be squared on in front of him, that's a beautiful shot.
And that's why it's great to watch at times. Cordina and Quiroz out of range with his own.
Good body shot from Granova again, I think, right now. And it's just getting a little bit closer, these shots from Quiroz.
And Quiroz has a hard rhythm to read, if you like. He sort of moves a little bit jerky, yeah. And all of a sudden he's jumping with some shots, so he's dangerous for sure.
Yeah, he's fast. How tough is he? Down the stretch, Cordina working the body now, just with the more meaningful shots. Joe Cordina.
But I think pushing him back's one thing. The better technical skills, I mean, you got good enough vision to see the shots come in, that's all. You stay low and feint plenty of times, I think you'll be okay.
I think there's signs that Joe's got from him, but like I said, I would like to see him make his opponent come over the front foot a bit. He's a fantastic counter punch. Dictate the pace a little bit from when they're mixing.
Cordina is...
I would say though, Sonny, even though I sort of agree with you, you don't want this guy the way he's a rhythm puncher coming at you constantly.
And I definitely agree with that. For me, is when Joe's throwing, if he gets caught.
I'm thinking Cordina is sprightly and lively, and he comes out for these rounds fast. And big shots as well, and he's really putting a lot together. And Cordina just caught on the ropes and puts him back in his place. Or is it just raids?
And he's being made to work quite hard here, closing the gap down, trying to make the ring smaller. I think he's doing a great job of doing it so far in this round anyway, Cordina.
When it's like this, you just favour Cordina quiet, just space behind him, be able to take that step back. Gonzalez Quiroz does let his hands go. I wouldn't trade, just move, get behind.
Felt he hurt Quiroz slightly about 20 seconds ago, Sonny.
Oh, lovely shot.
Yeah, the quality of the shot starting to show here.
Good uppercut, though. Much lower level. And this is both of them going at it. Cordina.
If you're going to throw the left hook as an orthodox fighter, you have to make sure your right hand's up.
Uppercut from Quiroz, felt he hurt Cordina. So both feel they've got success on a right hand now. And his corner beckoning him to go for it.
Shot.
Back comes Cordina with a body shot. And the two of them producing the best action of the...
Pushing Quiroz back.
Quiroz hasn't got the engine to work away because he's hurt Cordina there and just can't make it.
Body shot, back comes Cordina. Punched himself out here. Back together, having been stunned a little there, Cordina.
Get it right, let's do it sensibly, instead of doing it like a wild man, okay?
He's right, he did win the round, but he did get caught.
Yeah, he did. But he had the guy in the pressure, you can half understand it. Darren's right there, the basics you learn as an amateur, as a young kid. The right hand's got to stay up when you throw the left hook's got to stay on your chin. And there she's a little bit loose, but you know, he was in the ascendance and I can understand.
Calm in the corner, he really does. Just checking everything's okay. Second half, it's like Joe Cordina, a bit like at the much higher level.
Yeah, and Quiroz, no, good uppercut there from Quiroz. He hasn't got the engine. No, he heard Joe and he just couldn't jump on him.
He changes the target of attack. When he's just been caught, he'll bite on his gum shield and just try and work the body. And I think a lot of the time it breaks up the attack.
Body shot from Quiroz. It's a big opportunity, this, for the 20 to keep his concentration.
And keep it long, Adam, with Quiroz, because that's when...
And utilise that experience he's picked. Busy.
For the most part, he's there's too sparse, the bits of the effort that he makes. But Cordina is walking him down, not giving him much escape routes, not giving him much opportunities.
There, Sonny.
Yeah, and the whole time, shake it and stop. But then a right hand just like that.
He does that, Cordina.
Good shot.
Lovely feint there before he threw the jab, allowing the punch up with that left hand.
He's a beautiful craftsman, Barry, isn't he?
But also as well, and as we saw in the last round, you need a little bit of that magic to get the job done. Good jab, that's lovely.
And I feel like if Joe, he could walk Quiroz on shots all night.
Like Gary Lockett wanted, listening to instructions. 10 rounder here, live on the zone. A fantastic July in store. I don't know what you're looking forward to most, Sonny. It's absolutely...
I can't even pick a fight right now, but the main event...
I'm looking at Gonzalez Quiroz as well and thinking, like, what are his keys to success at this stage of the... You've seen when he walks him onto that hook a couple of rounds, more aggressive. When Cordina, as I say, he's keeping it long, he's having it all his own way.
It's all about if Joe makes a mistake then. You want to try and get the finish if you can.
And Quiroz has won his last 5, and he's still that Cordina can be stopped, but the class with Cordina.
What Gary Lockett said, leaning back with your chin in the air. He doesn't make many mistakes. He doesn't make many mistakes, but when he makes them, they're big, aren't they?
Well,
is he trying to really impress those, Sonny?
Where he's flowing so much right now, and he's seemingly in so... Why give probability away at this stage of your career?
I think that's exactly what it is, Adam. I think he wants to impress. He give Quiroz the opportunity to land.
It's a fight he's winning, you know, relatively comfortable on the cards. There's only flashes of danger, really, and that's the truth of it.
I'm with you, because don't make any silly mistakes. Get the win and move on.
Yep, it's all about getting that activity, the momentum, the world, what we've been missing, and there's definite class of
body shot.
Body shots were good. Quiroz hurt there, just folded, and a right hand from Cordina. Big moments for the Welshman.
He's got to stay calm in his approach, put the foot on the gas, but not reckless.
Bell comes, Quiroz needed it back.
He did a really good job as well, making the ring really small. He didn't jump in, he didn't follow shot. He just kept close to him as close as he could, found his feet again, and went back to work. Good exchange there from Joe Cordina.
Yeah, it was a really good shot, wasn't it? He shortened it up, he went through the middle of the guard instead of going round the side of the elbows, and you can see the reaction. He dipped Quiroz, but he managed to survive, he held on. And
Jaret Gonzalez, Quiroz back into times. He's hurt the Welshman. 9 minutes to go. The percentage, the punches thrown, landed all in Cordina's favour. He's winning it by, it's
success from Gonzalez. I do think that Joe, he's got control back relatively. I think there's too much you could be looking at.
And that goes down to that, we said ring generalship at the right time, and just a little just with your feet, just close things.
This is a really good package Joe Cordina has.
So much know-how, and I think just backing off of that, you've got to give, if you look at that punch stats there, percent have landed from Cordina, and with all of what we've just said, the quality, getting out of the way and staying out of trouble, and that's not easy as classy as Cordina.
Yeah, no, he's made Joe respect the power a little bit, Cordina, sorry, respect the power a little bit, but he just hasn't been able to...
Which is surprising, because the Mexican fight is normally a non-stop, and maybe he's saving a bit for down the stretch. Left hooks are dangerous.
Not need to be trading left hooks with Quiroz.
I wonder if Cordina's enjoying this. And a bit of fighting as well, and the right hands of Quiroz, and he's still... Cordina's got to be careful. That's better.
Beating that right hand there from Cordina. Just keep those hands up, his elbows tucked in the tight, and turn the body into the shots. Inside your body frame with every punch.
Tier and Jordan have it by 7, and a shutout on Josh Padley's card.
You would say relatively comfortable, bar a shot here and there.
You can say comfortable.
Yeah, so I struggled there, didn't I? I'd say that's 23 years of getting punts in the head, that is. And the last few years being around you, Barry.
Yeah.
I think that's worse, isn't it?
5 rounds clear in a row. Them rounds where bigger shot might be and a bit of a closer one to score fights, but I do think he's in a comfortable lead here.
Low there from, just looks at referee Marcus McDonnell. I'm sure he'll want to give a couple back, knowing the Welshman, but Gonzalez find a way to take home this WBO Global Title. More importantly, absolutely takes off. It's got to be a knockout now, Barry.
Like in his stance, just a little bit lower. It just makes him a hard attack at the fight. He punches up with the jab, and it's a beautiful punch. It's good work.
A bit upright, doesn't he, Joe? But I think that's how he sort of gets that last bit of power out of it as he does a bit.
But if he's low with it, he can almost he can almost chop down.
Throw over, yeah.
Yeah.
Quiroz is doing when he's throwing somebody's hook.
That's nice trim there.
Just shook his right hand, Cordina. Wonder if there's a slight issue there. Jab, and here comes Quiroz again. backing up Cordina on the rope. It's a great rope. Good jab from Cordina. Back comes Quiroz.
He switched off a little bit here, Joe Cordina.
Corner getting more animated. There's more punches coming out. Good body shot though.
That was beautiful. The right uppercut followed by the left to the body.
And the roll after it as well, which he should be doing all the time now.
I think, look, like you said there, the way he roll rather than just staying low, give him the target and take it away.
Stick to the basics, Joe. Don't walk into anything stupid.
Jaret Gonzalez, Quiroz surely needs the knockout.
Yeah, and he's come out with a lot of ambition, met Joe right in the centre of the ring, but straight away gets caught with a couple.
Yeah, good, decent 10-round under your belt.
Do you know what? It's not in your range and your distance. It's about, you know, when we go back to listen to instructions in the corner, like it's their first fight. So he's telling them about the basics. I mean, he's a world champion. Why would you tell him that? But it's the right thing to tell him, isn't it?
But if he was in it, he would have missed out on all of that. He wouldn't have shaken off the rust. He wouldn't have known really how far back he was.
I think it's a really good match, this, for Joe Cordina to move back into boxing under the spotlight on a big show against a very admirably not going to win this fight unless something dramatic happens late on, but he's been a test for Cordina, and it's probably just what he needed. Can he win a world title again?
Maybe, but it's just a really, really hot division, still is. But going back to the match, look how good he's been.
Yeah, do you know what? In a heartbeat.
Oh, shot.
Yeah, it's been Joe Cordina has had the class and the IQ and the generalship, but just so game, Sonny.
At slight levels below this, Quiroz can be a real handful. Very, very hard.
And in your first 10-rounder.
Yeah, he's put a great shift in tonight. He can be really proud of himself, Jaret Quiroz. But Joe Cordina will stay out of trouble, surely, for this. So Quiroz has got to go for it. Cordina back with a couple of, and a right hand again. These couple of fights have been with an Alex Murphy, and these two, Cordina and Quiroz, have given the Manchester crowd really good 10-rounders. Falls to his knees, Quiroz. A big hug of respect. Excellent night's work.
Your winner by unanimous decision, the Welsh Wizard, Joe Cordina.
Every round on one card by 8 and by 6. That's right.